So another area of executive functioning that we hit hard at HeadWorks is planning, time management. These go together. And I would also throw in there prospection, or the ability to project yourself in the future to know what you need, and also the ability to go back in your history and kind of see how things went then. So if you were going to plan something out and you have access to the past and how things went in the past, and you can also project yourself well into the future and estimate how much time something will take, you're going to tend to be a pretty good planner. So parents will come in with kids who have trouble in these regards, and they're frustrated, and I'll ask, well, give me an example of how this might go. And they say, okay, we're eating breakfast, and I tell them we have to be in the car in 5 minutes. And they're thinking that with these different areas of executive functioning, this child knows you still have to find your shoes, and you know in the past you've had trouble locating them. That's going to be at least a minute or two. And you got to put these on. You have to clean up your plate, and on and on. And the parents will say, and even after I say we're going to be leaving in 5 minutes, the child continues to sit there, and they get frustrated. But in a child's mind who's having trouble with time management and planning, they hear you say, in 5 minutes, I have 5 minutes, and I will leave the table in 5 minutes, but they're not predicting all of the things that they have to do in the next 5 minutes. So these kids they tend to be late. They're frequently late. They mismanage time. If you ask them how long something should take, they might say, 10 minutes. But the average person might say, that would take me at least 45 minutes to do that. So they have trouble predicting time and elapsed time. So if they believe that something might take 15 minutes while they're beginning doing it, they lose track of time, and time just passes, and the parent might come in and say, you've been working on this for 3 hours. And it's surprising to these kids who are having trouble monitoring that time. So a child comes in and they have a long-term assignment. This is a big problem for kids who have trouble with planning and time management. So if something is due in 2 weeks, if they have trouble predicting these things, they might begin the task the night before, and the parents become very frustrated because they'll ask, why didn't you start this last week? And they'll say, because it wasn't due until tomorrow. So planning and time management is something that we work on very hard at HeadWorks. When the kids come in, we find out what all their long-term assignments are. We find out what's due tomorrow, what's due at the end of the week, what's due in 2 weeks, a test that's coming up, a quiz, and we plan it all out. We write it all out. We ask the kids to estimate how long things will take, and then we have them use timers so that they can start to get some insight into how is their time prediction. And also, we found at HeadWorks that if a child estimates that something is going to take 10 or 15 minutes, their attention and concentration are much better during that 10 or 15 minutes because they don't want to be wrong. So there's just so many things that we do here at HeadWorks to make sure that things are planned out and they're done way before they really actually need to be. So there's plenty of breathing room. So there's a lot less panicking that goes on with the kids with whom we work.